Hello YouTube, welcome in. My name is Katie, my pronouns are she, her, and this is Flosstube episode number 23. Welcome in if you're new, and if you are not new, welcome back. I'm so glad to see everyone here today. The last half of November was a little chaotic. Today that I'm filming is December 6th, Friday night, and I do have just a few things to share with you today, per usual. You know, just a little bit that I want to update everyone on and share with you all. So, no real life updates, just, busy. So, if that sounds good, I'd love to share with you what I've been working on, whips and plans, and even a finish. So, yeah, if that sounds interesting, let's get into it, and we will begin with a finish. So this one I have barely mentioned in quite a while. It's been a long time coming. This is my Sunshine Town book nook. Make sure to flip that so it's right ways. And it's this cute little like alleyway scene. And the really cool thing is, I'm super pleased with it. It's not going to do it now. Hold on. There it goes. It lights up. It gives you all of the tools to, there's a mirror in the back to make it look like it goes on further and everything. And yeah, it lights up and it sits in between some of my books. I'll insert a picture of how it kind of looks on my shelf because the effect is just really cool, especially when the dining room is all dark and everything. But yeah, as I was saying, they give you everything you need to wire the battery down here and the lights and everything. They're kind of wonky, but that's okay. It's not, yeah, see, it's not the, I have some thoughts on this kit, or maybe, if someone who's familiar with these can kind of tell me where I went wrong, but, sorry, I have to scratch my nose. Everything is pre-cut. It's a fairly somewhat flimsy, like, model making balsa wood, I think it is. And if you know model making, I'm sure you're very familiar with it, but, everything is pre-cut and pre-labeled, and the holes are pre-drilled and everything, and you really just glue and slide things into the slots and everything, and it should be fairly easy. Now, having said that, one of the things I struggled with was some of the little tabs didn't slide into little slots super easily, and sometimes if I forced it, they would just break. So it's kind of being held together with a lot of wishful thinking and Gorilla Glue. So it looks great. You can't really tell that things are not quite aligned correctly and everything. It's just this very much per usual, one of those, you wouldn't know unless you really looked. Like this piece back here, you can tell because the piece in front of it, I couldn't get down into the little slots. This is so much glue. But I did enjoy doing it. I do have one more that I want to start pretty soon. One of the reasons I kind of pulled this guy out was two reasons. I was watching Hopescope, and she made one and said it took her 5 hours. And that definitely took me much longer than 5 hours. So that kind of gave me the push that I needed to just finish and be done with it. And then, unfortunately, my shoulder did a little bit of a flare-up kind of thing. So I'm trying to take it easy with things that really use my shoulder, and cross-stitch is one of them. So short stitchy sessions and going slow, not overdoing it. But yeah, that is a finish. So that is pretty cool, and I'm really pleased with it. Honestly, I think the finished result is really good. So if you've ever built one of those and you have any tips, because I don't really love the idea of having to go out and find some kind of tool to widen the slots or something to get it to fit better, because like I said, if I forced it, sometimes they would break. And if I didn't, then it wouldn't line up. And it was just, sometimes it would work just fine if I just had to give it a little extra force. It was kind of a little bit chaotic. But overall, pretty fun. And that is the Book Nook. We got that one from Amazon. Now you can get them at Michael's. And I'm wondering if maybe the quality has gone up a little better since they started carrying them. I don't know if that would have changed anything with the production of them or not, but maybe. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And it really is very cozy and cute aesthetics. So now the next thing would be existing whips. And I do have, well, actually, no, that's not true. The next thing would be a new start. Because I finally restarted, where is she? Erdusia from Bella Filipina. And isn't she just gorgeous? And I want to say, yes, he is. He does little blurbs about the characters and everything. So I shall read it to you. She appears like a light in the darkest of nights. Her golden tail and amber scales radiate like the sun. Bare of the battle armor, she is clad with nothing but ropes of rare South Sea pearls, and glowing against her bronze skin, golden treasures befitting a royalty. Which, she does look like a queen. Absolutely beautiful. The color palette is just all these rich jewel tones, and just gorgeous. When I saw the package that I got from 123 Stitch with all the threads in it, it made me so happy. I'll kind of show you. This is my floss monster for Erdusia, or one of them. Here's the second one. Like, these right here just are giving me life. Absolutely love them. Purples and teals. So she's gonna be a beaut. And I do have a little bit on her. I see my amazing start. No, this is up. So this, I started in the center, and I'm just working my way down. It's kind of, where is that on the pattern? It's in the middle. It's sort of like her hip area. Just about. So these really beautiful goldeny, fiery, ambery colors, just stunning. So I'm really enjoying this. It is slow going because it is a paper pattern. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, I've heard horror stories from some people saying how bad the Bella Filipina patterns are printed, but something that I did that I thought might be better if obviously it's not a pattern keeper, was go to your Kinko's or equivalent near you, and they can blow it up for you. They can make it bigger, because the one I have is like half poster size. It's about, I'll show you the back. It's larger than like a regular sheet of printer paper, just about twice as big. So that does help. Absolutely. And it's not too hard to do. Someone can help you figure it out. And I think it is definitely worth it in the long run, because I definitely do have issues with, they're just so small. Seeing the little paper patterns, I don't know. I like being able to zoom on my tablet. Yeah. So this is my start on Erdusia. Not a lot, but I am enjoying working on her. I did have to stop because I think just like squeezing the nerd hoop did something to my shoulder and elbow, because yikes, it was painful. So I stopped and was doing other things. But the needle minder here is from, I ordered it with the fabric for her from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. Do I have it in here? I'm sure I've showed it before. If I don't have the label to hand, doesn't look like it. It's a 16 count Ada from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers in the color Maldivian Dreams, and it's just an oceany color. I think it pops really well with the flosses. I did floss toss, and it's just chef's kiss. Like, the colors are just amazing. I'm thinking of doing when I pull her out, making like Mermonday or something. I did miss Siren September, but I will definitely attempt to participate at least a little bit in Mermay. Yes, Mermay. That's another one that will be here before you even know it. That's my little start. I don't know if I'll work on this tonight. I don't know what I'm going to work on tonight. I'll have to see. So that's a new start. I forget how many stitches is in this thing, but it's going to be a long time coming before that guy is finished for sure. Okay. Now, next up, and these aren't in any particular order. I'm sorry if they're not the same as, like, every time. They're in different orders. I don't remember, to be honest. So I'll try to make a list. You'd think I'd be more prepared. Or maybe not, if you know me. Yeah. Next is Vintage Simplicity. And I have filled in a lot more of her neck and face. I don't know if I need to, I really don't want to pick out all of that skin, but they're just so peach. On the camera it looks okay, but in person it is so pink, their skin. But she's got a face. She's so close to having a face, you guys. So, filled in a lot of Blue Lady's arms and face and neck, and the Red Lady's like shoulder area. So pulling this one out, I am kind of I was in more of a groove with this one, but other things are just more fun for me right now. Doing so many like fall themed patterns, and there is Dark 13 coming up that I'm looking forward to participating in. So yeah, not too lot, but it is getting a little bit of attention. So plus I'm going to have to move the hoop. That's the other thing. Oops. This thing is massive. But these are my Vintage Simplicity ladies from Dimensions. And yeah, it's fine. I like it. It's not as terrible as I once thought. I do have to do lots of fudging per usual, but it's okay. I know that's not really a glowing endorsement, but it is what it is. Okay. So next, every time, is Tonight Rewrite. Little spooky bag. And I really, ever since Halloween ended, this one, what was that? I don't know. Something fell off. Oh, my phone rang, so I kind of got a little thrown off track. Okay, now, before the interruption, I was telling you about how I worked a little bit on Tonight We Ride, but since Halloween has come and gone, the enthusiasm has kind of, is not quite there as much. Gosh. So, I'm pretty sure I've worked on this since the last episode, but I filled in a little bit more of this final witch. Dude. There. More of the bottom of this witch, and you can see her little broomstick handle. So it was very few stitches. That night was not a super successful stitchy session, so barely worth mentioning, but I'm gonna anyway. And this is from the Autumn Lane Stitchery. And that's kind of where I am, right there. All right. Moving and grooving. Move that other way. Okay. Now I think this one is next, but I could be wrong. Okay. Everything is sticking to my cable tie holders. See that? All right. So, as you can see, this is Maple Lane, and I have done quite a bit on here. It feels like all of this was just straight across. That was not the funnest, but it was good towards getting my stitch count up. Filled in the little top of the trolley. What is on here? Whoop. I finished in the rest of this guy's hair, the barista, and all of that and more in here. I am really close to needing to move the hoop over because this is the far right. Yeah, right edge. And then gonna be getting in here. So I love this project. This is like a comfort stitch for me. It's just, it's got that like cozy, like Huga, dark winter, dreary, you know, comforting stitches. So yeah, I filled in more of the dog too. It looks a lot like my Daisy in cross-stitch doggo form. And I didn't even realize it till I was like halfway done. Filled in some of the tree. And it was a lot of stitches. I couldn't tell you how many. I've not been the best at entering things into Notion. I kind of alluded to like having some difficulties towards the end of November, but all good now. You know, it's nothing serious, but just kind of a little spacey, even more than normal. Like my attention span and attention to detail has just like absolutely disappeared. Didn't I show? If I showed this last time since I finished... No, I didn't. I believe I showed the caribou / reindeer last time for the Arctic Animal cell. So he is all done. I'm going to see... I might do this... I don't know if I'm going to do this at the end or not, but I had an idea of taking some like silver and red Krynic, or not Krynic, what did I use on the Mothman? Light effects? Yes, I have some silver and red, plenty of silver and red of that. And I might see if I can give him like little Christmas ornaments kind of on his antlers. So I thought that would be adorable. And then I finished his little label, his ice flow standy thingy. And then I am almost done with the first puffin. He's got a little nest under him. And then Mrs. Puffin, or maybe this is Mrs. Puffin since she's in the nest. Not sure about puffin gender roles. But there's a couple of puffins. And they are just cute as can be. They're very cute animals. And the Frosted Pumpkin did a great job with these little guys. So looking forward to getting more work on them. One of the more recent drops is this absolutely massive, like, icy house igloo-y type of structure way up here. It's absolutely huge. So that will take a very long time to finish, no doubt. There's been a couple more drops. I know there's an Arctic hare here, ish, I believe. I'm very behind. I'm not going to catch up, but that's okay. I do love this project so much. I just, I'm thinking the 28 casual is not for me. I don't know if all linens are like this, and the ones for like Maple Lane and the Tiny Town are just unusual, like scraps that aren't as good quality or what, but I do struggle with this fabric, so I don't know if it's just because it's a casual. I'm not sure. I need to experiment, but it's just really kind of a little frustrating. So I think next time I'll just order the Ada kit. Just a thought, but still cute as can be. I'll probably do this out every year because it just makes my little heart happy. So next one is one that I have gotten a good bit of progress on. This is Tiny Town, Big Hearted Tiny Town from Heart and Hand, and I'm quite close to a finish. All I have left is, well, it's a little bit, but it's not too bad. This side. That's this house here. And then there's a fence and tree. And these kind of upper floaty heart doodads and flags. And then the buttons. Cute as can be, little heart-shaped itty bitty buttons. I absolutely love it. Very close. Super exciting. I could not love it more. It's pink on pink on pink. On pink. So yeah, like I was saying, this fabric and the one that Maple Lane is on is kind of a mystery linen 30 count that an online cross stitch crafty friend found at a crafty thrift store and sent my way. I said, me please. And it's a very open weave, which I love. It's great for my eyes and knowing counting. But yeah, that's where I am on this little guy, and I cannot wait to do more. And then I'll have a good bit of fabric left too, so I will pick another pink Valentine's project to go on here, I think, once I make sure I've cut enough for margins and everything. And finishing. So yeah, that's the Tiny Towns. I'm just using DMC and kind of mostly called for a DMC. I'm kind of substituting things. Like one of the called fors, I know I should have put it up. It's originally charted in like Classic Colorworks, I think, which I already had all of the DMC, Weeks Dye Works. Yeah, that's why I didn't use it. I had so much DMC that were close or the same, so I didn't like how like greenish some of these looked, so I just switched it out for a more beigey, neutrally color. So yeah, it's kind of fun making my custom pink town. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh. Okay. So the next cross stitch project is my last for now, and that is, oh dear, every time. Autumn is as joyful. And I have done quite a bit on this, if I do say so myself. I finished this big old medallion, and I had to do this about 2.5 times because a lot of these were not spaced correctly for some reason. And I so desperately wanted it to be right. Like, it was pretty egregious how like bad the spacing was. So I redid it a few times, and now it is correct. And then I got this little cutie in there. Maybe I'll come up with a name for all the little critters in here, but this was just delightful to stitch. Did I mention that this is from Leela's Studio? Maybe. And then I filled in this A, and this, I want to say this is the center top. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'll have to double check. But this should be somewhat think that's the center because this is pretty close to the edge. I don't know. Regardless, this kind of other half medallion I have started on, and this is just the most delightful stitch. We're really in winter now. It's not technically winter until like the 21st or something, I think, but it's pretty cold. I'm wearing short sleeves because my house is pretty toasty, fortunately, but it has gotten a little chilly in my neck of the woods. So, not really fall officially anymore, but I'm still feeling the fall vibes and these fall colors and this fun fall project. So, yes, this is... Do I remember? I don't remember what dyer this is. Mystic Fabrics. 18 count beige tester from Mystic Fabrics. So subtle, beautiful modeling, and I'm pretty sure this is going to take up a good chunk of this fabric. So I'm really looking forward to just having lots and lots of stitching ahead of me if I can keep from retweaking my shoulder. But I just love it. And yeah, I know that Pam from Hobbies and Hyperfocus also does. Is she working on her own, or she might be doing a round robin type thing, or stitch it for me type of project? I'm really sorry, I can't remember, but I know she has some version of this project in some form or another. So I'm doing my best to keep up with Flosstube, but sometimes I don't have the brain cells to really pay attention. I mostly have like really silly things like Brad Mondo and Sophia Nygaard and stuff in the background, and that's about all my brain can handle at the moment. It's very low effort kind of stuff. So apologies if I have not kept up with your floss tubes. I am working on it. Yeah, that is my last cross stitch whip for this episode. I only have one knitting whip to share with you guys, and then it will be hauls and plans and books, I guess. So, let me show you. This, yeah, that's the right side. Show you. So, it's not a ton, but I can't find it. I just had it. There it is. Okay. Because editing this is going to be so fun. Okay. Okay. Where are you? All right. So, focus please. This is where my progress marker was last time. So I think I did like 2.5 rounds in the car to Thanksgiving or some other. It was to the banquet. I worked on this on the way to the banquet. So this is my love note from Tin Can Knits using Treehouse yarns, the Money Beats, Truffle Cashmere, and one of the sock yarns. Did I write it? Truffle Cashmere. Nope. I don't have it. It's in my bedroom. Yeah, it's a little less dark and moody in person. It's pretty beet colored actually. So, you know, I can take off some of these lifelines now that I'm like 6 inches down from the yoke. Maybe. I can feel the caffeine setting in, you guys. I'm a little manic. If you are new here, if you are a new viewer, this is what you can expect. This is me. Yeah, a little chaotic, a little space cadet-y, but you know, good-natured in general. But I think I have a tape measure in my bag. I believe I've only got another maybe 2 more rounds of this, you know, somewhat loose 1x1 ribbing. Then I'll be able to do a bind off. I'm gonna have to look again to make sure I choose the correct bind off. I want to do something that's, you know, fairly stretchy. It is a loose and boxy fit, but I would just prefer that it's something with a little bit of give. So I'm gonna look into that. I know I have one saved. I just don't remember how to do it. And that is everything that I've worked on in the past couple of weeks. I really hope that this upcoming holiday season, especially, doesn't have any major um, or even moderate, inconveniences that prevent me from coming on here and sharing with you guys. Um, so that's all my projects. I really suck at segues, so let's move on to haul and plants. I I did not. I have been very good on my no buy. I may have gotten some needle minders from the Frosted Pumpkins annual sale, but we won't talk about that until it gets here. But this was gifted to me. Moderately interesting story. Kind of, sort of, maybe. I hope that's not too rustly. Some friend of ours, of one of my boyfriend's coworkers and his wife that we are pals with, took a trip to Peru. It sounded like an amazing trip all over. But if you aren't aware, Peru is one of the places where they farm alpacas, I guess. They raise alpacas. Yes, they raise alpacas for their wool. And she brought back many balls. So many balls of baby alpaca yarn and asked if I wanted some. And I was just like, I will take anything you want to throw at me because it's amazing. Baby alpaca is some of the softest, if you haven't had the pleasure. It's just so delightful. And these colors are gorgeous. This is, this is pretty true to color. I have some ideas. I think I have a pattern saved for a little scarflet thingy that has a little, like a pull through. Stop doing that. Like a little scarflet that sort of loops in on itself kind of thing. And maybe even a hat. Like, these are very good for, like, next to the skin. Like, it's just, I can't stop petting it. The brand, I'm going to attempt to pronounce this, is Indiacita DK yarn. 100% luxurious baby alpaca. And I agree with that. It's very soft, not scratchy at all. And beautiful, just beautiful colors. I can't wait. I'm thinking a hat or a set. These are the 3 different colors. I have 2 balls of each. If you've used this yarn before, let me know if you know anything about it. But yeah, straight from Peru, apparently. How many yards is this? 123 yards. Not bad. So I think I can probably pull out at least a couple of hats and maybe a little scarfy thingy, neck wrap, bandana, maybe even a cute little hair bow type thing. I've seen some of those on Ravelry that look like really adorable accessories. So I'm gushing. I love this yarn. It's absolutely so generous of her to let me have it. So really thankful for that. The only plans I really have, other than just kind of moving and grooving and trucking along on projects and life in general, would be tonight. Hopefully I will upload this before the whole event ends. Tonight is the first night of the Jingle Ball, hosted by Lindy Stitches. So I do have a ticket. I plan on joining here once I grab some dinner and get this uploaded and edited and everything. So I hope to see you there in the future from Past Katie. What am I forgetting? Books. I did finish a book. Well, I don't even remember what I was reading the last time I uploaded. I'm not a professional at this. I did finish the book Lore by Alexander Bracken, and I enjoyed it. It was really interesting. It's kind of, the premise is it's set in like modern day New York City, and long ago Zeus, king of the gods, punished all of the gods for, I think, like hubris, for kind of forgetting their roots and the whole purpose of being a god and goddesses and stuff like that. So every 7 years, they become mortal for 7 days, and they're hunted by these hunter families who take on their powers once they die, or once they kill a god and become the new god. And it's just an ongoing, kind of like Hunger Games meets Percy Jackson. A little more brutal. Not for kids. And we're following this character whose family comes from a long line of hunters, and she thought she had gotten away from it after her whole family was killed, and she gets sucked back in, and chaos ensues. I finished it a couple days ago, and I liked it a lot. It was good. I think Alexandra Bracken's writing does have quite a range, because I know I mentioned a couple episodes ago that one of her YA series, Darkest Minds, was just boring and formulaic, so this was definitely much better. I liked it a whole lot, so I think this was a standalone, if I recall correctly. So really enjoyed that, highly recommended it. It took me a while. I mentioned before, like, I have no attention span to, like, stare at a book, so perhaps audiobooks might be the way to go for a little bit, but that's the only book. And then Tiny Decisions chose for me my new book that I started like 2 days ago. I'm like 30 pages in, A Court of Mist and Fury. I do enjoy that series. I don't remember a whole lot of what happened in A Court of Thorns and Roses, so hopefully I'll like remember as I'm going, but I enjoy that series. I know there's a lot of criticism surrounding it. I don't take it super seriously. But it's not like the best thing ever to me, I guess I should say. But they're fun. I enjoy them. They're good distraction, so I'll keep reading them, I suppose, until they piss me off or something. But I do believe that is everything I have for you all today. If I've forgotten something, I will include it in my next video. And thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to me ramble about my projects and my crafts and books and things. And please subscribe, like, comment, share my channel with your friends, and it really would mean the world to me if you would do that. And I will see you guys in the next episode.